Hello, welcome to Invest in Value. My name is Victor, and in this video, I'm going to cover Alphabet, formerly known as Google. This is one of the top companies in the last 100 years. They've only been around 24 years or so. They are just a phenomenal company. They provide so much value to so many people on Earth that they have created a gigantic business that's diversified. It's prosperous. When the pandemic hit, they grew because they were of such high value to really all people from all different countries, especially in the United States. I can't overstate how Alphabet has been incredibly successful, how their businesses have such great value because they have great people leading the company, great people working there and creating just incredible products. Obviously, I've been a fan of Google for really 20 plus years. I've invested in Google for 20 plus years, off and on. I've invested, divested, and more recently reinvested in Alphabet. When I look at an investment, I want to know that I'm getting a discount on that investment. I want to know that the company is operated and performing well. And I want to know that time is right to invest in that company. And that's a scorecard that I used on Alphabet and I use on all my investments. Before I jump into analyzing Google and Alphabet further, please do me a favor and like my video, consider subscribing, hit that bell if you want to be notified when I create another video. Now let's talk further about Alphabet. If you owned Alphabet 5 years ago and held on to the stock, you'd be very happy. You'd be up 172%, which is a very good return. It has had mostly a rise, although in several times it's had its dips. More recently, it's had some significant dips. Also, it traded sideways for some time. I was an investor in Google during these times. I picked my spots. And I started getting out, really, I got out before COVID, which was an unlucky break on my behalf. I thought, exiting the position at this point with a gain was the right decision to make. I didn't know a pandemic was coming. A pandemic hit, and I guess my fault was I didn't realize how valuable Google was going to be to really the United States and many other countries, as it just ramped up, and the value of Google almost tripled at its low to its high, which was incredible. Now let's take a look at the 1 year chart. The 1 year chart doesn't look as impressive, only up 5.94%. It's traded sideways. I think it hit such a high valuation that it just was weighed down by such a high price. This sideways movement to me offered up two things to me: fresh information in the form of their financials for the last full year close 2021, and then certain dips where I could buy the stock. And I timed those dips quite well. Google's now my second biggest position of my portfolio, because betting on Alphabet / Google is fairly easy. It's such a solid company that once I saw the price was at the right level, I invested big. The year-to-date chart is negative. Google is down 15.04%. And I keep saying Google, I apologize, but old habits die hard. The company's called Alphabet, but I think just about everybody calls them Google. So sorry about that. But moving on, they're down 15%. Again, I bought into Google when it hit these lows, and I have bought right when it gets into these ranges. I've reestablished my position with Google. I bought shares this past week. So again, this is the second biggest position in my portfolio. Chevron is number one. So what is Google worth? Well, I like to value a company based on the cash it produces, the free cash. And boy, is Google impressive in that category. The last fiscal year they completed, 2021, They generated $67 billion of free cash. Incredible. So I take that free cash flow and I set up a model covering 20 years. And the discount rate I use on Google is 5%. That's lower than most companies. This is Google. You look at their balance sheet, they can pay all their liabilities in less than a year. It's just such a wealthy company, such a well-run company. 5% because it's a great company. Historically, they've been growing at 23%. More recently, they grew up 41%. But if I look at the last 5 years, 23%. I'm going to use a growth rate of 17% on years 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm saying that they're going to do a redo of 2021 and 2022. So there's no real growth rate involved there. And then years 6 through 20, I'm going to grow at 8%. So if I use those numbers, the net present value, the intrinsic value of all those cash flows amounts to $2.26 trillion. The market cap for Alphabet is $1.65 trillion. So there is room there. There's a discount. There's 662 million shares outstanding. I calculate a value per share of $3,418 per share, but their stock price is trading at $2,465 per share. So I believe there's a discount on Alphabet of 39% currently. Alphabet performed exceptionally well in 2021, 41% growth. This being such a great company, high-performing company, their PE is 21.97. That's just an impressive number because there's many companies that are around 22% PE that nowhere near resemble, Alphabet, their performance, what they've done really over the last, 2 years, over the last 20 years. They generated $67 billion of free cash flow, and it ends up being a 4% free cash flow yield that they're generating. Their net income was $76 billion in 2021. Incredible. They will be announcing their earnings. Today is April 25th. They'll be announcing them tomorrow afternoon. I believe that the stock is oversold in 2022. The current year, I think investors are cashing in a lot of gains that we've had over 2020, 2021, and Alphabet is oversold and at a discount. There's good upside in this stock and there's long-term gains. I've really established a large position quickly, and I'm adding shares on dips. And most recently, I bought shares this past week. Scorecarding Alphabet, they definitely, you can look at a discount in this stock price today. I expect that if they have a very good earnings on April 26th, the stock's going to pop. Company is beyond well in the operations and performance. This is a best run company on the planet, just such a high level of respect by the industry, by investors, just an awesome company. That Google and Alphabet are great when your kids tell you that they're great. And just about everybody who uses their products feel the same way. And the timing is good. The market is oversold in technology. Please keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not recommending you buy the Alphabet stock or any other stock or security. I like sharing my experience as I invest in companies. I'm an investor in Alphabet and hope you found it interesting. So I appreciate you watching my video. I would greatly appreciate it if you click the like button, consider subscribing to my channel if you like this video and found value in it. And please hit that bell if you want to be notified when I create another video. Thanks again. Good luck trading in 2022.